I'd like to introduce to talk about our manufacturing edition, Debbie Baldwin.
Hello. Wow. Well, I have so many things to talk about manufacturing today, so let's get started. Over the past decade, manufacturers have gone through major transformations. They're no longer known by the 3Ds, dull, dirty, and dangerous. No. Challenges have forced manufacturers to rethink their businesses. And now, we're moving really quickly towards a new D, digital transformation. Technology like the cloud, 3D printing, robots, and artificial intelligence are helping us to build the factory of the future. And some of you are already there, right? All right, well, manufacturers aren't just impacted by emerging technology. Manufacturers are also impacted by consumer demand. Customers want choices. In fact, studies show that consumers are willing to spend 20% more for personalized products. Companies that do well in this industry are the ones that can deliver on time. The cabinet industry is a great example. With cabinets, you can select the size, the color, the style, and even the type of wood. Now, you may be thinking, this probably really impacts distributors, right? Or this impacts retailers. But this really challenges manufacturers because what if they make to stock? Then how do they deal with all the excess inventory that they just can't sell? And if they don't make to stock, well, how do they reduce their engineering time so that they can still meet their delivery times? Well, a lot of customers, a lot of companies are starting to use applications like Acumatica's product configurator. One of our customers, Curran, knows firsthand the implications of personalizations. They sell custom carpets online. And they capture all of their customers' choices with Acumatica's product configurator. But who better to tell you about this than the manufacturing customer of the year? Please help me welcome from Curran, Peter Bonoff. Come on up here, Peter.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Peter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Peter, why don't you tell everyone about Curran?
Sure. Curran is a small, family-owned company headquartered in Seattle with global reach. We specialize as an online retailer of luxury flooring and high-end outdoor furniture. We offer over 300 weaves where customers can customize by size, shape, color, and finishing options.
Wow, that is a lot of choices. Well, I actually went on their website and I configured my own custom carpet, and it was a lot of fun, by the way. But as I was going through and I was making my choices, then I couldn't help but think, this must have really created some challenges on the back end.
We had a big challenge. Without the Acumatica's product configurator, we would have had to maintain over 2 trillion individual SKUs. We really struggled with our legacy system. We had to calculate pricing manually, we had to rely on institutional knowledge, and we had no detailed sales reports.
Wow. I'm glad Acumatica's product configurator had your back. Well, but that's just one interesting thing about their story. They actually started off as a distributor, and now they've expanded their business into manufacturing.
That's right. The product configurator was one big reason we chose Acumatica, but we also knew as we expanded our needs into more manufacturing and inventory requirements that Acumatica would grow as we expanded.
Wow. That's really an inspirational story. And I hope that all of you can see that with Acumatica, you can build your vision of the future. So Peter, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks to Acumatica, and thanks to our partner, PC Bennett.
All right, give it up for Peter. All right, well, Curran was actually able to use Acumatica's product configurator. But for those of you that have more complex configuration needs, we've now partnered with Revelize Configure One for their best-of-breed CPQ application. All right, well, you've heard about how we handle personalization capabilities, and with 2024 R1, we now offer a lot more capabilities, and I want to tell you about a few of those. The first thing is parallel operations. Previously, we just assumed that if you had a production order and it had multiple operations and you reported on the last operation, well, you must have completed all the operations. Well, that really caused challenges because what if you wanted to report your operations out of sequence, or what if you wanted to report your operations at the same time? Well, with 2024 R1, we now give you choices. So we added a parameter on production order types, and if it's selected, then the system just remains to do, it just does the same thing that it's always done. But if you deselect that parameter, and this defaults to the production order, and if we take a look at our routing here, you can see that I have a routing with 5 operations. So what happens now if I create a move transaction? I'm going to create a move transaction for an operation that's out of sequence. Let's pick operation 30. When I release that transaction, and now since I did not select automatic backward reporting, if I take a look at my routing now, I can see that it actually reported operation 30 and it didn't complete the prior operations. So now you can report your operations out of sequence and at the same time. What do you think? All right, I thought you would like that. Okay. With the supply chain being so volatile, then demand planning has become so important. And it's not just important to manufacturers, it's also important to all industries. We've had a lot of our distributors come to us and say, I really need time-phased inventory planning. And so I'm excited to announce that with 2024 R1, we now offer distribution requirements planning, or DRP, to our non-manufacturing companies. All right, well, we didn't stop there. Now you can also plan kits, both stock kits and non-stock kits and their components with both DRP and MRP. What do you think?